cars stop. You can hear a wolf in the background. That cool or what? We're in Ely, Minnesota, and our campground is near the International Wolf Center. Boy, I hope you can hear that. That is an eerie thing to hear in the middle of the night. Last night I was so tired, I thought it was a loon. And as it continued to wake me up, I realized it was a wolf. And it didn't make any sense. How could a wolf be making that sound? But yeah, we are far enough north. But more importantly, the Wolf Center. We're packing up camp and heading out of here this morning. Alright, here we are at entry point 77. Littles are loaded up, ready to take their very first portage into the boundary waters. Alright, tell us, what are you feeling?
That my nose itches right now and I can't scratch it.
Very deep. What about you, Caleb? What are you feeling?
Excited.
Excited?
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
And also, let's see.
We'll catch you on the flip side.
Huh?
That means down at the other end of the portage.
Oh.
How about you, Dad? How are you feeling?
I am feeling good, ready to go. Wish we were doing more, going farther or whatever. This is going to be pretty simple, but yeah, ready to get started.
Here we go.
Beautiful day.
Okay, I think this is going to be our only portage, assuming we have a campsite on South Hegman. Hey, there's even a toilet here. How sweet is that? Anyway, so this is the only bit of hiking I'm going to get to do this whole trip. Well, we'll have a couple portages when we go to see the pictographs. We chose this lake because of the pictographs and because it's the Littles' first trip. We knew we wouldn't have to do many portages, which we don't mind the portages, other than it gets, it's long days. And so for their first trip, we wanted them to kind of enjoy it. I am. Well, I shouldn't say enjoy it. We wanted it to be simple. That would be the best way to put it. We wanted it simple for their first trip. And you can't get much more simple than one portage in. So, Anyway, I am carrying the food barrel on this trip. And the food barrel is pretty heavy. It's not too bad. It's much lighter than when my husband and I take our longer trips. And this portage isn't too bad. It's 80 rods. But anyway, it's very beautiful. It's well traversed. This is a very popular day trip area because of the pictographs and because they're so easy to get to. We just met two men that are going to go all the way up into like Basswood. Basswood is up by the Canadian border. We're still quite a ways from that. And it's closer to the area of our very first Boundary Waters trip. So this is entry point 77. Our first trip we ever took was entry point 23, which was Mud Row, and we could actually get to some of those lakes that we did on our first trip from this entry point, but it would require a half-mile portage with the kids, and we decided not to do that. We could still, but we're only going to be in for a few days. So, all right, well, I'm going to let you go so that I can go down this.
Bass Pro, you know, $25.
He's complaining about his shoes. They don't stick and grab like mine do. I have had the exact same pair of canoeing shoes since we first started. So they're getting up there in age. The negative to my kind of shoes, sand and rocks and everything gets inside of it. The positive is it drains well. And they're sticky.
You look hot in them.
Okay, so the little people have decided this is our campsite for the next 3 nights.
20-minute paddle was enough.
They have paddled as much as they can. Actually, no, it was kind of nice. I mean, we've never done this before, just one lake and done.
One and done. Actually, a few minutes and done.
Yeah. So now it's time for chores, getting the canoe unloaded and setting up all of our pieces of gear. We've got our Copper Spur 4 with us that we'll set up, and we brought a hammock that I got off of Amazon for $20. It was one of those lightning deals.
Double hammock.
Yeah, it's a double hammock. I'll tell you what, it is not the, yes, for 2 people. It is not the quality of, is it Eno? Definitely not that quality, but it'll work.
Thank you.
So, very excited. We will be back.
That's not awesome.
I'm not-
These two are
So- Did you unbuckle it? No, okay, perfect. That's all you gotta do. That's it for now, bud. So I brought, because I didn't know where my clothes bag was, I brought other clothes on top. Some of my favorite clothes in the world, right there.
What's this?
With what, hon? Where's your paddle? Oh, grab it. If it doesn't work out, you guys can switch. I'm gonna push you off. You guys need to be on opposite. Oh, you're drawing over?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Are you filming, Mom? Why are you guys stopping?
So I saw a fish jump over here.
Oh.
So it might be good stuff over here. I could not tell.
Their first excursion out in the canoe by themselves. And the 20-minute lecture we gave them probably wasn't necessary.
I expected them to go across the lake like.
And they're back.
Oh man.
Alright, they got unsnagged. Wind blew and into shore they came. They both got snagged. So Daddy saved the day, and now they just went, I don't know, maybe 20 feet down. And Caleb's going to end up tipping the boat, trying to see how deep it is. Caleb keeps stopping forward progress. He throws the brake on.
Okay, you want to go that way, Caleb. Okay, forward and up. You gotta come that way, so I'm going to
Here, darling.
My man's been working, getting our tarp all set up.
We've got a little sapling here.
So now we're protected when it rains, which it is not supposed to.
And if Sasquatch tries to come, we're protected.
There we go.
Gransfors Brook Small Forest Axe. Come on!
Oh my word. Where's our kid? We're heading down that way. We are out looking for some firewood. The best type of firewood is to find some dead wood along the edge of the...
Oh, there's a whole entire tree.
Like drift.
Along the... yeah, driftwood. That's the word I'm looking for. Driftwood.
There's a whole entire tree.
And so, yes, that's why we're going over here. Sorry, there was a dragonfly that was just skipping across the water. It drew my attention. So anyway, that's what we're out doing, is looking for some driftwood along the edges of the lake. What do you guys think so far?
Saw.
Yeah, yes, and he gets the saw. Okay, so we are out looking for firewood. We left the kids at camp and came to another end of the... Oh, I will bet you money there are moose that come back here. It's marshy in the back. Anyway, we're at the end of the lake, and oh, look down there. This is beautiful.
Water's running underneath all these wood.
Oh, that's beautiful. It's just like a little cove of paradise back there. So, I am here in our double hammock purchased from Amazon. That is my view. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's beautiful. Might be in the mid 70s maybe, low 70s, I don't know. The guys are getting firewood ready for the evening. And Isabella's in the tent reading a book. I can't get over how fantastic this campsite is. So, it's got a nice spot for our kitchen. You know, the tarp, the tent, the hammock. We paddled around this bottom part of the lake for a little bit. Found plenty of firewood. It's a dead end back here, so there's no reason for anybody to come back here. We did get to see a couple that are paddling because they did not have a map, so they didn't know where they were going. And so they asked us which way to get to the pictographs, which is what we're going to go and see tomorrow or the next day. We don't know. I don't have to know because I'm in the boundary waters, and there's nothing for me to do until supper. We are coming to the end of day number 1, and I don't know if my phone, the camera can see them down there or not. Let's see. I don't think it'll zoom in. So they are down there fishing. It's very, very quiet out here. I'm a little sad. It doesn't seem like there are any loons on this lake. Or on the one next to us. Or anywhere. And after our last 2 trips, we've had loons on every single lake. So it's very sad not falling asleep to the sound of a loon crying, and not even one far in the distance. This has been a really good day. Each of the littles caught a fish. Yeah, we got a big stash of firewood. We're going to take them to see probably the pictographs tomorrow, maybe the waterfall that we found. It's just been a very nice day.